Hey everyone, hopefully you're well, hopefully you're good, wishing you all are having a very good day. Welcome back to Sheff Utd, and now I want to talk about the Premier League Game Week 11, preview the Game Week 11 and predict the Game Week 11. I love to do these videos. So before I start, just a humble request, if you can like the video, smash the like, smash the subscribe button and hit the damn bell icon. Your support always means a lot, and hopefully you can watch till the end, and if you can't, I put the segments of the matches so you can see side by side whichever you want to watch. So coming on to the first match, Fulham vs Manchester United. It's a really important game for both sides and a match they might fancy to win on their own way. The home team Fulham have not done well in the league. They got the victory in midweek against Ipswich Town, a good championship side. But again, Fulham says Mitrovic has left a struggle for goals. But if there's any fixture they would have wanted, that would be United right now. While coming on to Manchester United, they are absolutely atrocious right now, and that's an understatement. They got the victory against Sheffield, Brentford, but they did not play really well. But you thought they're building confidence. But they went to played Manchester City at home, Newcastle at home, and they were beaten 3-0 convincingly. And now Erik ten Hag is in massive pressure. I said United need to give him time. The sack culture has to end. Buying new and new players for every manager has to end. But if this keeps continuing, the sacking at some point then will have to happen. So Ten Hag has a lot of pressure. But right now, this is a very important game for him. A game he might have liked at this stage because they are struggling defensively right now, Manchester United. But Fulham right now are a team which struggle for goals. So a good match for Manchester United. While Fulham will also fancy playing Manchester United where the attackers are out of form. So on the prediction part, I really feel United might narrow this victory in this game. This is a very important game for Manchester United. Fulham struggle for goals, and United will love to sit back and counter. I can really see this game going the way like Burnley and Manchester United did. Burnley played the better football. United got the job done, and I can see a Bruno Fernandes and a late Rashford or Garnacho goal on the counter attack to seal a 2-0 victory, but it won't be pretty. Coming on to the next game, Brentford versus West Ham. And I think these are two sides who love to sit back and counter. That is about a specialty, and they love to do it. Brentford came to Stamford Bridge, absolutely taught Chelsea a lesson in the second half. But again, West Ham is a different test. But coming on to West Ham United, they lost to Everton at home. They've beaten Brighton, Chelsea this season. But they've also lost some matches we don't expect because, again, I've said on this channel for a long time, I want to see West Ham when they play sides where they have to have all the ball, all the possession, and then let's see what they can do with it. That is a bit of a problem for West Ham United, and Brentford is a game which can test it. Brentford will easily sit back, give them the ball, and then try to counter. So I think both sides are physically really good, and I can see a 1-1 draw in this game. I think both sides are the one who don't like to really have a lot of possession and dominate. I still believe in this game. Brentford are defensively solid, West Ham are defensively solid, and I think after the Everton game, David Moyes will be more careful, while Brentford are building the momentum of the Chelsea and Burnley victory, and they love to play sides where they are the underdogs. And this is why I think this match is going to go 1-1. I cannot see any side really edging each other, so I'm going with a 1-1. Coming on to the next one, that is Manchester City versus Bournemouth, and Bournemouth lost in the midweek in the Carabao Cup against Liverpool, but they got a very important win against Burnley in the last game week 2. You can say one of the most poorest side in the league right now. They got the victory, and now they start climbing up the table. Sheffield are the worst, then Burnley and Bournemouth, but they're climbing up now with that victory. But Manchester City is the worst test you need. Manchester City coming on the back of thrashing their rivals Manchester United. It was like a training pitch for them, the way they were destroying them, and no disrespect, but City were that good. And this season I've been praising them on the channel. They're defensively so solid, and I cannot see Bournemouth do anything. I cannot see a thrashing. I think Bournemouth will do a bit of damage control. City will try to have possession and suffocate, and might not try to go for 5 or 6, but I think it's going to be a dominant 3-0 victory. I cannot see City concede a goal, and it's going to be a dominant 3-0 victory for Manchester City. That brings me to Sheffield United versus Wolves. Sheffield right now, I feel for them, I feel for the fans. I just can't see where the win is coming from. They're really struggling, but this is the game. If they really think of dream of surviving or get some victories, this is the game they need to make the most of it. But they are playing an absolutely informed Wolves side who are really playing well under Gary O'Neill, who's doing a fantastic job right now. Matheus Cunha is playing so well, Pedro Neto is playing so well. Yes, Wolves still lack goals. They're not a side who always will put 2-3 past you, and Sheffield is going to be a whole different test where Wolves might have the more possession and dominance. But I think this is a sort of match where Sheffield again they struggle for goals, and only way they're going to win this game is score goals, and that is something they struggle in. I'm going with a narrow 1-0 Wolves win. I think Wolves will get that goal, and then Sheffield will not be able to break them, and Sheffield might be the better side, I believe, in some chances, but they will not take it. But if Sheffield have to survive, they have to win these sort of games. And that brings me to the next game now, that is Burnley versus Crystal Palace. Very important game for Vincent Kompany and Burnley. They are really facing a lot of pressure. They lost in the Carabao Cup against Everton. They were battered, destroyed. It's not going good. They're playing pretty football. They have a philosophy, but when you lose every week, it's going to become a problem. I saw Burnley against Everton, and man, the defense is horrific. Their defense is horrific, man. They just can't score a goal right now. The defense is horrific. I feel for Company. The squad is not really good. He can't even go like play a different style with this squad. They can't survive in this league, for me being very honest. And then you go on to Crystal Palace, one of the most accomplished side in the league, but again it's a doubt whether Ezion or Elise will be fit to be on the bench. And Crystal Palace are a side who defensively are solid, but attackingly they struggle. But defensively they are a very solid side, and Burnley will not like to play a side where they struggle for goals. And on the other hand, Crystal Palace are very physical side, and I think Burnley are going to struggle with that. I cannot see this game having a lot of goal. I was thinking to go with 0-0, but when I saw the performance in the Carabao Cup, I'm going with Burnley 0, Crystal Palace 1. Palace will edge it and then keep the clean sheet and get the victory. So coming on to the next game now, this is a tasty game. Everton vs Brighton. Seen that with Roberto De Zerbi. We all know last time when Everton played Brighton, they thrashed Brighton on the counter attack. And we know that Roberto De Zerbi always learns his lesson and bounce back. Now Brighton, we all know, are suffering with a lot of injury right now. We know they have no Estupinan, no Solimash, no Welbeck. They're suffering a lot of injury, no Ankiso as well. While Everton, on the other hand, have found their form. Harrison has come and made a lot of impact. Calvert-Lewin is back. They beat Burnley in the midweek. They beat West Ham in the last game week. They're finding their form. They're finding their feet. They're scoring a lot of goals. And they're looking really good right now. And I think it's a very difficult fixture to predict, to be honest. But I just feel that Brighton is going to win this. I think Mitoma, João Pedro, Ivan Ferguson, Pascal Grob, they have the quality of players like Billy Gilmer. They still have Eric Lamptey, who should be fit for this game. And I think defensively, Adam Webster and Dunk can handle Calvert-Lewin. And I think the football of Brighton might do the talking. Everton are still a very good team, but they're inconsistent. They win a game, but then lose to Luton Town 1-2 at home. And I think in this game, I think Everton will not score a lot. And Brighton's quality in the end will prevail. So I'm going with Everton 1 and Brighton 2. Coming on to one of the most tastiest games of the week, Newcastle vs Arsenal. And Newcastle, even after playing the B team, they beat Manchester in the Carabao Cup, and that was a very big win for them. And last game week they dropped points to Wolves, but they are suffering with a lot of injuries right now. In this game, they might have no Isak, Tonali, we all know is banned, no Harvey Barnes, Botman will not play in this game, so they are on their own suffering a lot of injury crisis. While the opponents Arsenal were knocked out in the Carabao Cup by West Ham, so they lost a bit of momentum. But I think in this game, Arsenal are the favourites. If Arsenal have to go and win at St. James Park, if they have to show they're going to win the title this year against Manchester City, you cannot go and draw or lose to Newcastle side suffering so many injuries. I'm not putting the unnecessary pressure. I'm not saying if they lose to Newcastle that title race is over. No. But I think if Arsenal really in their heart, they feel they can win this year, they have to go and beat Newcastle side suffering with so many injuries. And I think they're going to be the overwhelming favourites. Saka, Martinelli, and Nketiah, and they still have one of the best defense in the world in Saliba, in Gabriel. In this game, I think they should drop Zinchenko, play Tomiyasu, and then they have Ben White at the right. We all know Timber is injured for a long time, but overall Arsenal is still a very fit squad. Bar Gabriel Jesus as well, who is a doubt for this game. So in my prediction, I think the St. James Park crowd will start really well. Newcastle might get an early goal, but I think Arsenal defense will handle it. And in the end, Saka, Martinelli, you can say from the bench, Trossard and Nketiah will have too much quality for a deteriorated Newcastle side. And I think it's going to be Newcastle 1, Arsenal 2. Coming on to the next game now, there is Nottingham Forest with Aston Villa. Nottingham Forest love to play the sides where they can sit back and counter. This season, they've not done well against sides where they're expected to win, but they've done really well against sides where they can sit back and do well. While Aston Villa don't really like playing sides where they have to dominate everything and the other team is sit back, and Nottingham Forest are a good home team. But they are also suffering injuries. Aston Villa have some injuries as well. But I think this is why I can see this game go to a draw. I do feel Aston Villa is going to score in this game. They have a lot of quality. But I think at some point they'll give the opening and Nottingham Forest will take that. But I think if Nottingham Forest have to get a draw in this game, Evinoy has to be fit. I'm going with a 1-1 considering that Evinoy should be available for this game. But again, right now I cannot say will he be or not right now. There could be a late fitness test for them. So coming on to the next one, Luton versus Liverpool. And Luton Town has started to show everyone what they're capable of in the recent weeks. Everybody was laughing, will they even get 11 points? I said they were playing some better football, but they were not getting results. And they've finally shown everyone what they're capable of. But this is the worst team they will have to face. Because you saw them against Tottenham, they should have been 3 or 4-0 down by first 15 minutes. And they conceded 3 goals against Chelsea, who struggled for goals. This is the worst team they will love to play. They are playing one of the best attacking side in the league. Luton for me defensively not really good, and I cannot see anything less than a 3-0 Liverpool win. They're attackingly so good that I think in the first half itself, Liverpool might just kill the game and then rest the players for the next game week and the Europa League coming. So no disrespect to Luton, but I'm going with Luton 0. Liverpool 3 with a lot of quality. Darwin Núñez, Gakpo, Jota, Salah is just too much quality. Coming on to Chelsea and Tottenham away at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, big game, and I'm going to be unbiased in this prediction. Tottenham right now one of the best side in the league, top of the table, playing really good stuff. Tottenham Chelsea is a fixture which is always closely fought, but you can say after a long time, Tottenham are not just a favourite, they are overwhelming favourites in terms of their position in the table. They are 14 points above Chelsea. You see the spending Chelsea have done, and the season, everybody was predicting Chelsea to be above Tottenham, including me. But Tottenham are 14 points above Chelsea, and if they win this game, if any glimmer of hope Chelsea finishing near Tottenham is over then, and it's a big game. While coming to Chelsea, again it's the same old problem. We struggle for goals, we play good football, but we struggle for goals. But one thing good about Chelsea this season has been the performance against bigger sides, Arsenal and Liverpool. Because Chelsea love to play teams where defensively they don't have to play a lot of physicality. They can sit back a bit on the counter, they can press, and then hit the opposition straight away where they're not expecting. So this is where we have done well. And I think in this game, Pochettino coming back at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium at Tottenham, he might go with Chelsea going with two forwards in Palmer, Gallagher, Sterling, Mudryk playing as two wingers, Enzo Caicedo playing as midfielders, and James playing at the wings. So Chelsea is going to be pressing Tottenham to absolute stretch, and this is why Chelsea love to play top sides with Caicedo, Gallagher, Enzo like form a midfield and so pressing. It like presses you to stretch. It brings the game to balance. It forms triangles. Gallagher is like having two players on the pitch. He will be up in the pitch pressing, then coming back. And Chelsea are dangerous with their opportunity to counter. Palmer making the runs inside. This is why Chelsea are good against big sides. While Tottenham right now with Maddison, with Son, with Kulusevski, they are themselves really good. And this is why I feel this is the sort of opposition Chelsea like to play. And I can see a draw in this game. I'm going with 1-1 Chelsea, Tottenham. Tottenham 1, Chelsea 1. I see Tottenham getting a goal. I see Chelsea not able to handle Maddison, Son for much time. But I think Chelsea will find a goal as well. But they can't score more than that. So I'm going with Tottenham 1, Chelsea 1. So these are my predictions. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you everyone. Wishing you the best. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.